there's actually any proof. I mean, let's go to Dorial Green-Beckham, a guy who pushed his girlfriend down the stairs. And yet, guys like Shane Ray and Randy Gregory, who had marijuana issues, are taking more of a hit in terms of their draft stock, which seems a bit absurd given that that's not even a violence issue. That's more of an issue that can probably be solved. Those kinds of things. I think the Dorial Green-Beckham thing is a lot more unforgivable. I'd be a lot more worried about that, wouldn't you?
I honestly just don't have issue. I think that at this point,
he pushed his girlfriend down the stairs.
There's a status quo issue with the NFL, and I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are exactly the kind of organization I think that would be equipped to handle off-the-field issues, considering their abundance of them before, and that includes the staff issue.
Okay, well, how many players issues? I don't remember that many. Tampa Bay has not had a ton of player issues. Tampa Bay has the issues with the staff, but they have not had issues with players.
No, staff infection.
I know, they've had... Oh, no, you didn't hear about the thing where they had that really weird, like, employment program they were employing people through? It was on Deadspin, I assumed you knew.
Yes, I did hear about
Also,
this.
staff infection is different. Staff infection is different.
It's off the field issue. I'm saying this is the kind of organization that would be equipped to...
No, that was the definition of an on-the-field issue. It was
do you guys know what a staph infection is? A staph infection... Do you know where the staph is located on the human body?
The staph is not a body part.
Yes, it is. Look up staph infection.
No, it's not. It's not infecting your staph. The fact is, it's like a
staph infection. Staph infection. Here we go. From Mayo Clinic. Oh, staph infection are caused by Staphylococcus bacteria, type of germs commonly found on skin or in the nose of even healthy individuals.
Exactly, the bacteria. Is not the bacteria.
All right. Moving on. We need to talk about the Tennessee Titans because if there is a trade, it's going to happen. And if there's a trade that could be big, it's going to happen now. Definitely excited to see what goes down. Jake, we already got Carl, in my opinion. Do you think we're going to see a trade here? And if not, do you think they're going to go with the with Marcus Mariota, the pick that everybody seems to have right here?
I have sources that are telling me that Chip Kelly has already sold his wife, children, and his own soul to obtain Marcus Mariota. And, or at least he would be willing to. It's the question of would the Titans be willing to. Apparently their price is very high. I would not be surprised if Chip Kelly traded up here.
I still think the Bucs are could quite possibly do it too.
Bucs? What Bucs?
The Bucs.
Not Bucs. Jeez, Chargers.
Now there's a controversial decision.
Yeah, trade the first overall for the second overall.
No. They don't even do that. They trade every draft pick for the next 9 years to move up to number 2, and then draft Mariota and make a quarterback competition that everybody would just love.
That'd be so much fun.
As in, everybody would be rooting for Marcus Mariota.
All right, I got a question.
I'm rooting for Jameis. I'm rooting for Jameis.
How many years in the future can your team... Whoa. This is a much more important and less controversial question. How many years in the future can your draft pick trade? Can I trade like a draft pick from 2050?
Can I trade every draft pick for the next 1,000 years? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
If the New Jersey Devils can sign Ilya Kovalchuk for 17 years, then I'm sure...
Yeah, that trade got... That got vetoed.
Yeah, that trade got whatever
vetoed anyway, so it got turned down, so it doesn't... Oh, the pick...
I know.
The picks... Wait, isn't pick as in mean there's not a trade? Doesn't it normally say there's a trade?
Yeah, no, there is no trade. The Tampa...
Wait,
the Titans are making their pick.
I'm not sure, though.
No, they could make their... No.
The pick is in?
If they had got it done beforehand, if they got the trade done beforehand, they would have already announced it. They obviously didn't, so there theoretically could still be a trade.
No, here's the deal, though. So many trades get done. They've said that most trades end up happening on draft day.
But
during the draft process.
But we would have gotten some kind of notification from either Adam Schefter or somebody on the inside by now regarding the trade.
They have to know. They can have conversations that aren't wiretapped by Adam Schefter.
They always seem to know.
Also, they're within ESPN staff to not reveal ESPN and NHL. An NFL Network staff that they do not reveal picks early.
Well, they don't reveal picks, but they would know if it was a trade. They would know the trade. They would know the trade. They won't reveal the pick, but...
Although, speaking of Adam Schefter, he said that, according to this, don't be surprised if Falcons make a power play and try to move up from 8 for a defensive stud. So that could be it. I'm looking, Atlanta to Washington is definitely a possibility.
All right,
The
because
Atlanta Falcons trading up in the first round? This is
Really-
unheard of.
really quickly,
Yeah,
due
they
to the
didn't
fact
do
that
Julio Jones or anything.
unfortunately Google Hangout's not working, we are calling up Sam via phone. Something once used in the past. Well, we do have Sam on the show. Also in Chicago right now. Sam, how you doing?
Good, Noah. How are you? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Well, we had the first pick, Jameis Winston, no surprise. And we've asked everybody this the second they got on the show. Of course, it seems the Titans now are probably going to make a pick. Do you think Marcus Mariota will be the pick? And if somehow they have traded it and somehow nobody knows about it, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Mariota's going to be the pick. I mean, I think it makes sense for the Titans to take Mariota. They need a good quarterback, and they have a great quarterback coach and Wisenhunt. So, yeah, I really think they'll take Mariota. I don't think there's any question about it. But, you never know. The Eagles, they made a pretty big offer, apparently. So, I guess you never really know. But, yeah, I would bet that they're taking Mariota.
All right, well, we do have the pick. Goodell is at the podium, and it is Marcus Mariota. It is the Oregon Duck himself. So, before we go any farther, Carl, you are a Ducks fan. Have your moment.
It's better than him going to the Browns. Like, that was my biggest worry, was like Cleveland Browns are going to put down this amazing package and end up taking him. At least it's an organization that needs a quarterback. They're not like stuck in a place where you need a QB battle with Johnny Manziel. So
And Josh McCown. And Josh McCown. Do not ignore the great one.
I will not ignore Josh McCown. I mean, it's a situation where, it's just going to it'll take some time to get the right pieces around him, but it's exciting. He's the number 2 overall pick, which is the highest Ducks pick in a couple of picks. Although, interesting fact, every single Ducks pick Oregon Duck who's ever going to be picked 3rd overall was just awful. Deion Jordan and Akili Smith were both 3rd overall picks.
Well, this is a second.
And Joey Harrington, too, I think.
This is a 2nd overall pick, so maybe that one pick
fine.
difference will change things.
Which means it's okay.
All right, well,
It's okay.
talking about Marcus Mariota real quick, the guy, they've had some concerns regarding whether or not he can play in a pro system offense, though they have run certain concepts. I think he's a good pick here at number 2, and I think that this guy could have a great NFL career. Carl, you know a lot about him. What are some things to look out for once he makes his moves to the rest? Oh, and by the way, before we continue, if both Mariota and Jameis Winston win their starting jobs, we will have Winston Mariota Week 1.
All right, a couple of things to note on Mariota. One, he's not just a spread quarterback. In fact, they changed their system around him this year to add more pro plays. He was running, I believe it was somewhere upward of 35% pro plays, not even just in the college system. So he was actually running quite a few plays. Well, yes, he won't always have the most open receiver. He's considered more accurate than Jameis Winston is. A lot of the issues come in runs in arm strength and sometimes leaving the pocket a little bit earlier, but honestly, pocket presence can be earned. And it's something you can develop, so I think it's a great pick for the Titans. I think it's the right choice for the Titans. And honestly, I've seen a lot of things that are saying that he could have the higher ceiling than Jameis Winston. Either one of these players could be
All right.
either one of these players could be a great QB.
All right, before we continue, this draft is moving around incredibly quickly. The pick is in for Jacksonville, though we don't know what it is yet.
You got to think it's Leonard Williams. You got to think it's
No, I would think it would be Dante Fowler. Once again, Dante Fowler is the best fit for this team.
Yeah, I would think it would be Dante Fowler.
We got 2 Dante Fowlers. We got 1 Leonard Williams. Jake, are you Leonard Williams or Dante Fowler? Or neither?
I am inclined not to pick the guy that went to USC. So.
Oh, well. Okay, well, that's your own personal little thing.
Exactly. I really have no clue here.
All
I've
right.
been kind of busy. This has been like,
I've been kind of busy,
Okay. All right, my personal favorite thing during the national championship game was they had their, ESPN personality thing on ESPNU, but they just had all these random people from ESPN who don't talk about college football. They had Barry Melrose and things like that. It was really, really entertaining to watch, especially when the Ducks started getting blown out. And I'm just I'd rather go watch other people make jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So I started watching that. Jake, that's where you are right now. You're kind of here to make really amusing commentary, but we still love you.
Jake, though, I know you know about Mariota. I mean, I'm pretty sure you got to watch him play against UCLA. What do you think about this pick for the Tennessee Titans?
Who's the Titans quarterback last we checked? Was it Ryan Fitzpatrick?
It's Mettenberger.
Was it Charlie Whitehurst? Was
It's
it
the boy. It's the selfie boy. How do you not know Selfie Boy?
Are the epitome of mediocrity and unimportance in this league, and maybe this will finally get them to return to a status of somewhat important. I guess we haven't really seen a player on the Titans since CJ2K, when he was actually a big player. So I think this could be a good change for them. Honestly, can it really get any worse than what we've seen so far? It's a good move for Tampa. I like Mariota. I don't think he's going to be as good as, say, a Bridgewater, but we will see.
All right. Well, we do have Miles Klotz, and he is a Jaguars fan. The Jaguars pick is in, so Miles, who is currently muted, once he gets unmute, he will introduce himself.
Hello, I'm here.
Hey, Miles. Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars pick is in, so we'll let you start by introducing yourself and talking about the Jaguars a bit.
Well, I'll preface this by saying I already know who the Jaguars are going to pick, just from reading, but I'm Miles. I'm a Jaguars fan that has no connection to Jacksonville or anything. So basically, the Jaguars' idea here is they want a defensive player, and, we'll see which defensive player, or if they take a defensive player, because a lot of people were mocking Amari Cooper, but basically, I'm very excited for this draft just to see who we go with, because there are a number of ways, Amari Cooper, Vic Beasley, Leonard Williams, Dante Fowler. I'd be happy with any of them. Williams would be my preferred pick, but we'll see where they go.
All right.
Leonard. Also, can we just talk about Leonard's hair?
He changed it.
It makes him look. I honestly like the look a lot.
We've got an interesting graphic on the screen right now of quarterback selected first and second overall. Archie Manning, Rick Murr, Brian Leaf, Donovan McNabb, Robert Griffin III, and now Marcus Mariota joins that.
Only two of them are really not good.
Of quarterbacks that went second overall.
Yeah, but McNabb was better than Couch. McNabb was better than Couch.
McNabb was really good. McNabb was really good. He's a very underrated quarterback.
So, I think that, honestly, it just shows that it's rarely both of them.
But I would say that the jury's still out on RG3. I wouldn't say that there is a 100% chance of them both being bad. I do think you're right, though. Normally in these kinds of years, you have that player that overshadows the other player or turns out to be the better of the two. Who it's going to be, it's tough to call at this point. You could very well see Jameis, because at this point in time, he's got the better weapons. He's got Vincent Jackson. He's got Mike Evans. Or you might see Mariota, who just comes in and really just displays the same just skill that he showed at Oregon, continuing over and playing phenomenally. Jacksonville, okay, so we've got Dante Fowler. Sam's got Dante Fowler. I've got Dante Fowler. Carl has Leonard Williams. And
I'm saying Leonard Williams. I still say Leonard Williams.
Roger Goodell.
Oh boy.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Dante Fowler Jr.
You know what? Yeah, listen.
There you go.
Listen,
congratulations.
I would have rather had Leonard Williams.
Here's what I think.
The fact of the matter is, with the signing of Jared Odrick and Senderick Marks coming back off his ACL injury, the defensive tackle position is already really strong. And defensive and edge rusher now with Chris Clemens getting 33 now, edge rusher's a much bigger need. So as long as we can fill our other needs for the rest of this draft, I don't want to look back on it and see Leonard Williams become like this Ndamukong Suh type defensive tackle, and Dante Fowler just become like an average NFL player.
Yeah.
Shout out to Noah though for the perfect mock 3 picks in.
Oh, that's amazing. It's not like half the world has those picks or anything. I'm probably the smartest person alive.
I'm already gone. I had Leonard Williams. So.
I know, but I'm pretty sure I'm probably the smartest person ever now. But look, I really like what the Jaguars are doing. I still think Blake Bortles is going to be a good quarterback. I think he's going to develop into a Ben Roethlisberger type guy. They bring
anybody who counted him out after one bad season is just a little reactionary.
I think that he's going to be a good player. They bring in Julius Thomas. They give him a legit weapon. And they're going to build around him. And this team slowly getting better. Very exciting stuff happening in Jacksonville. You've got the biggest big board in the all of the NFL. And that by itself gives you at least an extra win here or there. But I like what they're doing. Carl, I know you had Leonard Williams, but Dante Fowler Jr. still a terrific outside linebacker / defensive end, a great edge rusher. What are your thoughts?
I don't think you can go wrong with this pick. I think these are the two. They're really good players, and they're just different players. So I think Leonard Williams is the better player. I think the defensive tackle overall tends to be a position of less value in the NFL. I think that Ndamukong Suh He's one of the very few defensive tackles you can really say has like a gigantic impact. Other than that, edge rushers are